Okay, so Ivan Teller. I mentioned Askana Buchanan for a regression. Well, you can get a half hour for $50 with Ivan Teller, and I have used him. He was my second regression, and I've sent the copies out to some people, but it was a half hour session, and after 15 minutes, we had to switch because his whole system went boom. I'm pretty powerful. Yeah, and the main thing there was he told me about my different um, places that I go. I mean, he's more alien talk. He's more space talk. I think you'll really like him. I also put his latest video on Twitter. I haven't been watching him for the last few years, but I've been told to watch him again and maybe even get another half hour session. Who knows? I don't know. Right now it's a no, but it may turn into a yes. Anarchy. I'm a good one of them. A few things that were told that weren't told in Askana Buchanan's. So, you just another thought for you. He's on a different plane than most, and I love that. But I took a break for a while from some people, and now they're having me go back to some people. So Ivan Teller, okay? Now I've already shuffled, and we have the bottom of the deck, we have the devil in reverse. So that's just telling me that you guys are doing the footwork. You are doing, what do I want to call it? Going through the dark night of the soul, finding out who you are. I was just listening to about 5 minutes of Ivan's this morning, and you can tell he's pretty upset because we're still here. He thinks that the higher levels aren't really doing a very good job. You'll have to listen to him and see if you relate, okay? I think that was one of the reasons why I left a few years ago, was because I was trying to get high vibed and he seemed to be lower vibed, meaning he just didn't see enough happening in the astro, because he channels astro and he's very good and he's very deep, but he just didn't see much happening. Well, he was right. I'm not saying he was wrong, but what I'm saying is I needed to go high vibe, and if you're going to go high vibe, you really can't listen to any negativity. But I'm at the point now that I'm working so much in astro, and the devil in reverse is a great card to explain the energy I'm in right now, with slaying demons and putting them all out of my area. When I said new levels, no devils, I meant it. Now it's time to go back and listen for a while. So I just wanted to give you that update because I'm always sharing new stuff with you. Underneath the devil in reverse, we have the moon in reverse, so that's great. That's just saying that the illusions are coming true, and you're seeing things for the way they are. Things are really getting real. So you might want to check Ivan Teller out. You really might. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and do the favorable outcome. The sun is on top. There's a favorable outcome to all this. I love seeing the moon and the devil in reverse. That is most wonderful energy. And that's really perfect timing for Ivan Teller. Okay? There's a favorable outcome. Now you're either going to like it or not like it, because it's completely different than tarot reading. We've got the Ten of Swords. The favorable outcome is about the Ten of Swords. Now, if you look what we just got here, we got the Moon and the Devil in reverse and the Sun with the Ten of Swords, saying that all of this truth that's coming out about the lies, about the devil, that put the 10 swords in your back, well, it's all coming to the light. And I'm drawn to my shirt, bright yellow. I'm drawn to the sun, bright, bright yellow. I'm drawn to the yellow on this card. They really put 10 swords in our back, didn't they? They sure did. So then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. And I'm just drawn to the yellow again on the top of the card, being at you're getting a new perspective on things. This card is reminding me of the Hanged Man. I'm getting Hanged Man energy off it. And you're sticking with the yellow. You're sticking with the solar plexus. You're sticking with the favorable outcome. And look at this. All yellow and my castle. Four of Wands. Look at all that yellow. When I was talking yellow, and then they just gave me like the majorest card. So we're focused on our castle. We're focused on our project. We're focused on our wishes and desires. This Four of Wands is giving me a Nine of Cups energy. So the cards are giving off different energies today. Six of Wands. Six of Wands. I'm drawn to the yellow again on his shirt. He's got a yellow shirt on with a red cape. So your solar flexes are really kicking in. Now look at the white horse. The white horse and the castle. Now we said there was a favorable outcome. What do I talk about? My white horse? My mission partner coming in? My castle? What song do I say always is playing? A Lot More Free. What song just came on? A Lot More Free. What are we doing? We're taking a new beginning. All yellow with the sun I'm drawn to. Doesn't this look like this card? The Fool is a new beginning. The Moon, look at this, in reverse. The Devil in reverse. Right? A favorable outcome to the Ten of Swords that we're putting our back. This is a great reading if you can understand it. Very easy to understand though. Four of Cups. Remember I said that in yesterday's video that this idea that's up in your head has to come down here. That's how simple it is. Take that idea that you're thinking of right now, yesterday's energy, put it in, know you're healed, know that the devil's in reverse, the illusions are shattered, the 10 swords are out of your back, you're free. A lot more free. You're a little bit hurt, but a lot more free. Yeah, I couldn't put a tape on and have it more better than Katie 101.3 does it. Transformation, the Death card. Once you put this idea to work, and look who's handing it to you, right? Look who's handing it to you. That's your higher self. That's the universe. They're handing it to you for your transition. Now again, the white horse, all the yellow, you see the yellow there, and the knight's coming in on that white horse. Yeah, this is really good energy. Really good energy. High Priestess, your intuition. This card seems to be coming out a lot, either as the overall energy or the end card. And I was going to end it there with the High Priestess, but I do want to take a couple more cards from Tasha's Divine Guidance. And I did get a regression or a reading from Tasha. So there's another. You've got Askana Buchanan. You've got Ivan Teller. But Tasha's is a tarot reading. It's not a regression. Okay? She doesn't do regression. She reads cards. Where Ivan, he tells you what planet you were from. And he talks to you about that kind of stuff. And Askana is your higher self. Your higher self comes through. Just like this card. Your higher self comes through. The Four of Cups there. We got that 2 days in a row, and they're telling me, again, you just take what's here up in your head and bring it down to 4D. And I think a week ago I told you guys about we're already all together in the 5D. And we're just bringing it into 4D. And I think that's where Ivan comes in, where he just gets so depressed because it's not happening. You know, he's not seeing it happen. He's not seeing the movie playing out. Well, like I said, it's been a few years since I've listened to him, and I'm going back to listening to it, so I can tell you more later. But I didn't give up on Ishmael. It's just that cycle is kind of closed, okay? I'm almost done with the second book, and I told you guys we're not going to be studying that anymore. We're on to a different chapter. And Ivan Teller happens to be it. And it's very, very, like I said, about the aliens and our true descent. Okay, so we've got past loved ones visiting you while you sleep. They're trying to get through. Takes me back to the card again, where they're trying to hand you that cup. But you notice his hands? Okay, you notice his arms are like this? Well, it's kind of hard to grab that cup when you have the attitude of screw you. All right, so that's very important. The warning here is a player in your energy. We're not going to spend a lot of time there because we have a divine masculine that's of high vibe, your emperor. He is going to crush that player. Okay, it's going to be a no-brainer. Are you going to pick the player or the emperor? If you're a man, are you going to pick the gold digger or are you going to pick the empress, right? It's a no-brainer. So the divine masculine is going to override the player. But they want to just warn you that you could fall for it. Steve's Love Tarot yesterday was talking about an energy where you might do things that you've never done before, and you could fall into player energy real easy. There's also a lot of karmic family members involved in it. So anybody that's wearing a mask, anybody that's a player, anybody that is not of high vibe, emperor status, don't fall for it. Now, he was saying you can fall for it because you have free will and you have a choice. And even on Ivan's today, he was mentioning something about, you know, it's up to you. That's the energy that's coming through, is it's really up to you. What do you want to do? You want to stay on the high road? Do you want to sink or swim? Okay, yesterday we had the Justice card in reverse, and it's in reverse again. And this one says universal law on it. So the only thing that I'm getting from this is that your cups are unbalanced. You see here how the cups are balanced? It's in reverse. So again, I think about 4 or 5 times now, I'm drawn to this Four of Cups card where his arms are folded, his legs are folded. He's all folded up like a pretzel. and he's not willing to listen. And I'm surprised that you're even, if you're in that energy, I'm surprised you're even listening to me. And if you are listening to me, you're saying, oh, that's just all bullshit anyway. Okay? So catch that energy, because you're way out of balance. You're letting the matrix thinking get to you. Air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. I don't do astrology, but I'm drawn to the dragon. And you're never going to believe it, but yep, I'm drawn to this card again, because that dragon right here is the one holding that cup, but it's just all shrunk up into mini form. So they're trying. They're trying. We're going to go back to the card that says on the bottom of the deck, past loved ones. They are trying to help you, but you're sitting with your arms crossed and your legs crossed, and you're not having none of it, and you're just in a shit mood, and nothing's going fast enough, and this is all bullshit, and this is all garbage, and I'm just about ready to throw in the towel. That attitude's got to get gone. I can feel it strong. The truth is coming to light, and I was just going to say, remember the devil and the moon in reverse? And if I would have said it, I'd have looked cool, right? Truth is being exposed. So don't give up before the miracle happens. I mentioned that the other day. Spiritual awakening is happening. The ascension is happening. Don't be listening to your head so much. And that's why I left Ivan a few years ago, because even though he was telling the truth, I needed to stay high vibed, and I couldn't listen to anybody being negative. Okay? I'm on a spiritual awakening and ascension. But I'm at the point now that I'm part of those people that he is saying that aren't doing their job good enough, and I beg to differ. Okay, we're going to wrap it up with death rituals. Okay? Of course, people don't want you to make it. Now, I'm going to go to the death card, because that's what I'm getting. I'm getting more of your transition and them failing, okay? Their death rituals are going back on them. So you may be seeing a lot of people that you knew either exiting your life or actually dying, okay? The transition's happening big time. So with that, we're going to end it, because I really like the ending of physical death, spiritual death, the truth coming out, the favorable outcome, the devil and the moon in reverse, the 10 swords out of your back. And the biggest warning was that new beginning can happen if you get your legs and your arms uncrossed. So I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.